box score. Brett Brown relayed an important message to Sixers before the playoffs began. The regular was an 82-game learning experience. The postseason, well, that would be a completely different kind of education. You're going to learn more about yourself in skill package, in spirit in the next few weeks than maybe you've learned your whole career, Brown told the Sixers. That's what the playoffs do to you. The Eastern Conference semifinals have been a crash course for Ben Simmons. The Rookie of the Year candidate has been intensely strategized against and tested by the Celtics, who lead the series 3-0. I have learned that I've got a lot of growing to do, Simmons said following the Sixers' 101-98 overtime loss Saturday. See observations. It's the first time I've played in the playoffs. I'm learning a lot. Simmons' shot selection and turnover issues were magnified in Game 3. The Sixers led 98-97 late in OT when Joel Embiid missed a fadeaway shot. Simmons grabbed the offensive rebound with an advantageous 18 seconds remaining, plenty of time to work the clock or draw a foul. Simmons, who can be too unselfish with the ball at times, attempted a putback layup. He missed. Marcus Morris secured the rebound and the Celtics called a timeout, which led to a go-ahead layup by Al Horford with 5.5 seconds left. Simmons stood by his decision. He described going up for the shot as natural instinct and said he would have been confident going to the line if he was fouled. I got a shot that I practice a lot right next to the rim, Simmons said. You never know what can happen after that. I've got a wide-open shot I make a lot of the time and I missed it. Brown gave his take on the decision of his point guard, who posted 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 blocks and a steal in 43 minutes. I think if it was a point-blank dunk, you probably would take that, but he didn't do it, Brown said. It's true he makes that all the time in practice. There's 18 seconds left. If we had it again, you probably bring it right back out and let them chase you and follow you and chew up the clock. On so many levels, this being one of them, or examples, it's the thing that I see and feel the most and sort of internally hear the loudest, that our young guys at times look young. The Sixers and Simmons will re-watch the game, and that play, many times before Game 4. But while actually in the moment, J.J. Redick noted Simmons' perspective on the court is different than watching it from afar. I think that's a judgment call, Redick said. It was right on the cusp too of, I don't know the exact timing, but somewhere between 18 and 25 seconds. You guys would probably know because you guys have the clicker. We didn't have the benefit of the clicker to stop the game and look up and see how much time is left. There's a chance to score an easy 2 points. I probably would say you should take that up 10 times out of 10. The Sixers had more opportunities after the Horford layup. Brown subbed in Redick and Marco Bellinelli to stack the floor with shooters for a game-winning bucket. They didn't have a chance to take the last shot. Simmons' inbounds pass attempt to Embiid was picked off by Horford with 3.9 seconds to go. Horford hit 2 free throws to ice the game, knew he was fighting for the ball, Simmons said of the turnover. I was assuming Joe was going to come a little further out. Horford read it a little quicker and obviously, he went for the ball. Game 3 had looked like it was shaping up to be a comeback performance following Simmons' 1-point struggle in Game 2 wherein the Celtics threw multiple defenders at him and limited his passing lanes. On Saturday, he shot an efficient 7-for-11 from the field and cut down on his turnovers in regulation. For the majority of his first, Simmons has made basketball look easy. He's compiled triple-doubles with ease, passed rookie milestones and exuded maturity in his debut playoff series against the Heat. The conference semifinals are a reminder he is only 21 years old with the ponds to grow. I told him yesterday just to be himself because his good is more than enough, Redick said. He's in the upper echelon of NBA players where if he just goes out and plays and does what he does, he will have a huge impact on the game. The Sixers need that in Game 4. Looks can be deceiving. If you watched Saturday's Sixers-Celtics Game 3 clash at the Wells Fargo Center, there were certainly moments when it seemed like the home team had regained its mojo. The Sixers had highlight reel dunks. You've all seen that monster Joel Embiid smash over Aaron Baines by now and some of those acrobatic three-pointers. Heck, even the confetti cannon went off as is customary after Sixers wins. Well, initially because you think you've just won the game, head coach Brett Brown said of his feelings after seeing the confetti fly following Marco Bellinelli's buzzer beater to end regulation. But in the end, it was all just a mirage as the Sixers suffered a gut-wrenching 101-98 loss to the Boston Celtics to fall down 3-0 in their second-round series. See observations. Everybody was happy, but at the end of the day we lost the game, so who cares, Bellinelli said. It wasn't just the fact the Sixers were handed another defeat by their storied rival, but it was how this one went down. Every time the Sixers looked like they might gain the upper hand in the back-and-forth affair, a closer glance at the box score revealed it was never meant to be on this night. For the second straight game, a starter was limited to a single point and failed to make a field goal. Robert Covington was 0 for 8. That mirrored the struggles of the entire team as the Sixers shot just 39.2% overall. There were more maddening late-game turnovers that led to Boston baskets, including J.J. Redick's errant pass in the final seconds of regulation and Ben Simmons' giveaway near the end of the overtime. In all, the Sixers committed 5 of their 15 turnovers in the fourth quarter in OT, with each one doing more damage than the last. There were some key turnovers at the end. We all know what they are. Hurt us, Brown said. The Celtics' defense was excellent, and on 2 plays that really do stand out, you wish you had those back. We made mistakes. It doesn't matter how old we are, and it doesn't matter that we've never been in this position, Embiid said. You've got to give them a lot of credit. They competed, they showed up when it was the time to show up, and we didn't. Somehow still the Sixers seemed like they may literally snatch a victory away and climb back into the series. However, they rushed just to hand control back to the C's. That was when the Sixers held a 1-point lead with 18.06 left in overtime and Simmons grabbed an offensive rebound. Instead of pulling the ball back out and milking the clock, he took a quick shot and missed. The Celtics grabbed the board and scored on an Al Horford layup following a timeout to put them ahead for good. While Simmons' teammates supported his decision to go for the quick points at the rim, Brown wasn't so sure. I think if it was a point-blank dunk, you probably would take that, but he didn't do it, the coach said. It's true he makes that all the time in practice. There's 18 seconds left. If we had it again, you probably bring it right back out and let them chase you and follow you and chew up the clock. Either way, when the smoke cleared, a confetti in this case, the Sixers were staring elimination right in the face for the first time this postseason. It sucked to lose this way, Embiid said. I felt like we had control of the whole game, especially when we made that run at the end of the first half. We felt really good, but we made a couple mistakes at the end, and it wasn't good on our part. Box score: the Sixers are down 0-3 to the Celtics in the Eastern Conference semi-finals following a 101-98 overtime loss Saturday filled with opportunities and missed chances. The Sixers led by 4 with 1:05 to play before turnovers and missed shots kicked in. But it was errors that put them in the overtime situation in the first place. They had a chance for the last shot of regulation. J.J. Redick committed a bad pass, which the Celtics recovered for a Jaylen Brown go-ahead fast break with 1.7 seconds remaining. Just when it seemed like the Sixers had squandered away their opportunity, Marco Bellinelli came up with a Bellinelli-style, difficult-looking shot to send the game into overtime. In overtime, the Sixers again held the lead, 98-97. But Al Horford scored off an inbounds play with 5.5 seconds left, then stole an inbounds pass intended for Embiid. Horford made 2 free throws, and Bellinelli missed a desperation three-pointer at the buzzer. Ultimately, though, the Celtics' aggressive defense and speed on the break gave them the edge in a critical game, also the Celtics' first road win of the postseason. Game 4 will be Monday night at 6 p.m. at the Wells Fargo Center. Joel Embiid pulverized Aaron Baines with a driving dunk from Ben Simmons that felt like it was going to bring down the basket and the building. For context, Baines is not a small player by any means. He's listed at 6'10", 260 pounds. With 22 points and 19 rebounds, Embiid became the first Sixer with at least 5 double-doubles in his first 6 career postseason games. Hang this poster up immediately. pic.twitter.com/YOZAJQueenx. NBC Sports Philadelphia at NBCSF Philly May 5, 2018. Simmons bounced back from his 1-point struggle in Game 2 with 16 points off 8 for 14 shooting along with 8 assists, 8 rebounds and 4 turnovers. Simmons is daunting to stop when he drives the basket. At times early on, he looked too unselfish, trying to find an open teammate rather than attacking himself. Simmons should continue to take advantage of his size and the matchup problems it causes, especially on a fast break. There was a one-point performance, however. Robert Covington scored off a single free throw. He shot 0 for 8 from the field, including 0 for 4 from 3 in the first quarter alone. The Celtics were led by a game-high 24 points from rookie Jason Tatum. He picked up 3 fouls in the first half but played disciplined ball to go foul-less the rest of the way. TJ McConnell received more well-deserved playing time. The Sixers went on an 8-0 run at the end of the first after he and Redick checked in with 3 minutes to go. Brown also paired McConnell and Simmons, as he has previously done. McConnell logged just over 14 minutes. Justin Anderson once again did not play. Had to think he would be able to bring a defensive spark, even in a limited role, as he did against the Heat. Anderson remained engaged in the game, at times being the only player standing on the bench. The Sixers were fueled during the regular by the Eagles' success, so it was appropriate for Nick Foles to ring the bell before their first home game of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Nick Foles rang the ceremonial bell before Game 3. Eagles Sixers Celtics pick. Twitter.com/75CPS8QRWS Jessica Camerato @JohnCameraton BCS May 5, 2018.